Good morning, everybody. It's the morning of August 8th. We had our firing last night, and I thought maybe it's still a little hot in the kiln, but it's cool enough, I think, for me to at least open it up here, and we can at least take a peek in and see what we got this morning. So we got up to about 1840 degrees. 1844, I think it was. Right now we're at 326. So we'll go ahead and take the lid off here and see kind of what we're looking at here. Let's see what we got. Oh wow, weird. Huh. Very interesting here. What I'm looking at, for some reason, some of my glazes don't look like they completely adhered to the bottom. They actually look like the glaze is pulled up, which is interesting, kind of sad. So you got a little bit of stickage here. Oh, it came off okay. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. I'm not really sure what happened there or why. But on the bright side, I got some really beautiful glazing on the outside of some of my bowls here. And it looks like the glazing on the inside of this bowl really came out pretty neat as well. So, yeah, we'll have to let this cool down a little bit more before I can start taking them out, but it should cool down pretty quickly now that the kiln is open. So we'll give it maybe 15-20 minutes, half hour, and we'll come back and look at it. I don't know, again, what happened with this. It's interesting that something caused, maybe I may need to refire this maybe a little bit hotter, but it looks like for some reason the glaze actually did not stick to the bottom. I've never seen that happen before. Oh, you know what? I think they call that crazing. I might have to look that up and see what that is and why that happens. So it even did a little bit at the bottom of my other bowl too, though not nearly as bad. But it's this light gray. But I'm very happy though, the opaqueness of a lot of my glazes. Like again, this is the Celadon glaze over the clay body, which gives me that nice brown color. And then this is the Celadon over the gray underglaze, and that came out really beautiful as well. So definitely got some good things that have happened. And again, there's always going to be a few disappointments and some things that you're not crazy about. And I don't know if there's anything I can even do about this now that it's done what it's done, but we'll see. But again, some of it came out very beautiful. So we'll take a look here in a little bit. Looks like the firing came out okay, but I had some problems with my glaze inside this bowl, and I'm not really sure why. I think they call this crazing. I don't know if it's something wrong with the clay body underneath, or if maybe it just wasn't hot enough. The sides are nice and pretty smooth, but the bottom here, for some reason, it balled up like that. The underside, it's a shame too, because the underside came out really beautiful. Looks like the Celadon could have been thicker. Again, that was 2 coats. Maybe I could have gone even more. It looks like, or maybe it ran off, I don't know. The glazing, the wax resist does a really nice job of making that nice clean line though. I really like that. So there's the underside. Yeah, it's a shame. I'll have to figure out, maybe I'll have to refire it, or I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I have to look it up. also the repaired bowl. It's somewhat worked. I mean, some of the cracks are gone. Looks like a few of them are still showing up though. At least it survived. Again, the fact that it even survived and didn't break apart, it was just kind of more of an experiment. Came out kind of interesting. Be nice to keep, you know, I don't know, knickknacks or something in. So this had the Celadon on it, on the clay body directly, then the gray underglaze, and then the Celadon over the gray underglaze. Again, it's not, maybe not as green as I thought it would be. Again, if it was over the white, it probably would have been more green. But all in all, you know, pretty nice. Again, interestingly, the glaze isn't really all that smooth on the bottom again. Not really sure why. But at least I'm finding that I'm getting a more opaque glazing with going multiple coats. So let's see what else we got here. So this was, again, the Celadon. Again, definitely probably needed to go more coats, even though it seemed like there was a lot on there. But you can see the Celadon, the difference when it's over the gray underglaze. And again, all the speckles came out pretty good, so it's pretty neat. Where all the underglazing was, it really does highlight very well. The inside, it's kind of bubbly. Again, I'm not really sure what exactly is going on with my glaze, why it's not sticking properly to the bottoms of the pots. Not really sure. Let's see what else we have here. Oh dear. The gray jar didn't make it. She cracked. Bummer. There's the dragonfly that I was talking about. Ooh, wow. It really had some issues going on inside the bottom of the pots. I'm not really sure what's going on with my glazes. That's a shame. It was going to be a really pretty pot. Oh well. These are the these are the things we got to figure out. Oh. Now this one kind of really looks awesome. This was the textured T-bowl. Again, still I'm getting weird results in the bottom of my pots, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe it was too many coats, but it's not a smooth bottom at all. So we'll have to look into that. But boy, I really love the outside of the way that glaze. That's really spectacular. That glaze, that dove gray, the way it came out on the textured T-bowl there. I really like that. This is the other T-bowl that I had done. It looks pretty cool. It's interesting, there are some cracks in the glaze. Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of bubbles in the Celadon glaze. Perhaps I need to go hotter, and maybe the big overall thing is that I may need to go hotter with my glazing to get it to melt properly. I'm not sure. Again, I can actually hear the glaze crackling, and again, my handles are chipping still. Still got a long way to go, a lot to learn, but boy, really interesting, really neat look. There's the dragonfly that I did, but it's interesting how the glaze, again, it's kind of rough, but it's how dark it is, and then it goes to a much lighter down low, that's really kind of pretty. I didn't expect to see that. It's really beautiful. And then the stripe on the handle there. But yeah, that really came out interesting. But again, not at all what I was expecting. And still quite a bit of bubbling in the glazing, so I'm not really sure. They are pretty. I don't know how well they would actually serve as dinnerware because of all the bubbling, or whether I would want to drink out of something like that, but it actually is really pretty. I really do like the look of it. I'm just really bummed out kind of about the handles, the way that they cracked. So I would say not a completely successful firing, but still very interesting. Definitely am seeing improvements with going with a thicker glaze on some of it. Here's the here's my impressing seal in the wheels that I made. So be able to use that to make some neat impressing marks into my clay. So that'll be nice. But anyway, that's the firing that we've had. I said some of it came out pretty. None of it really, I would say, came out exactly as I had hoped for or expected, although I said some of it, the different elements of it I really like, but why I'm getting such bubbling on there, I will definitely have to look into more so. Maybe it's the clay. Again, this is just regular earthenware terracotta that I dug out of the ground, so that may have a lot to do with why my glazes are not doing exactly what I want them to do. It could be the fact that I am raw glazing them, and they may not be suitable for raw glazing. I may actually go ahead and try to make some more pieces and actually bisque fire them, and then glaze them and see if I get better results. I said some of the results weren't too bad. I said, you know, the inside glaze, except for the very bottom here, I really like. I definitely still could have gone thicker on the Celadon glaze on the outside there. I said, I think of all of them, I think this one might be my favorite as far as just the way that the colors came out and such differences. But why it's so rough on the inside, not really sure. So, actually this one was pretty awesome too. I really like that Dove Gray. Comes out just amazing. Said I'm not really sure what's going on the inside, but the outside of it's just that probably couldn't have come out any better than I could have hoped for. So there we go. That's where we're at, and thank you for joining me, and until I see you next time, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. We'll talk to you later. Bye.